This is going to be your weekly chakra energy tarot reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies you may be experiencing throughout your chakras. So in the comments, please let me know your zodiac sign and your word of the day. So I'd like to start off this reading by saying happy Pisces season. This is a time where we're going to feel much more intuitive and dreamy. And yes, emotional, but different than we've been feeling before. This kind of emotion is like depth of the soul kind of emotion, depth of the ocean. It's definitely one where we're searching our soul and trying to figure out if things are real or if they aren't. We're learning to use discernment, if that makes sense. So we're going to take some overall themes and messages for this reading today. And we have here, let go of the past. Well, I talk about this all the time. How can new energy come in unless we're letting go of the old energy, right? So it says it's time to envision a new story. If you're living in an old narrative, an old story, then you will continue that story. And if you don't like that story, then ultimately, right, something has to change. Now let's take another card here. I spontaneously grabbed for this deck. It wasn't on my list to use today, but I just felt like I had to grab it. I don't know why. There must be something to it. Let's see. The Ice Queen. Ideas preserved, non-action, and entitlement. You know what's interesting? I posted a video just recently, actually, and it talked about chipping away at the ice. Because we had this huge snowstorm here recently, a lot of ice on the roads and like stubborn ice. And if you've seen the video of my icicle on my Instagram, you know that icicle is huge. So there must be something to it here, right? The idea that we've been numb, maybe we've been cold, we've been keeping ourselves from feeling, and therefore our hearts need to kind of warm us up. There is something here about communication because there's the snow owl, and owls are wisdom, knowledge, communication. Let's see what else we need to know. Galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. Oh, everything has a way of connecting. And let's take this card here because I really was feeling this deck as well, but I got distracted by the Ice Queen. Have you been feeling icy? Has anyone around you been icy where you've been like, whoa, I got to chip away at that wall? Let's see. King tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. Are you ready to let it in? How are you going to have the fullness of life unless you let go of the past? Unless you thaw the ice that's around the heart and start understanding that everything is a matrix, right? Everything is working together. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's get into the cards. So we're going to use the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, which, as you know, has all the different colors of the chakras or energy centers in the body. We'll take a card for each and then clarify. So the root chakra, which is our foundation, our Mars energy, our drive, temperance, and we get a red card. Patience, everybody. I know that's so hard. Patience, right? There is something brewing here, but again, it unfolds in divine timing. You can't force it. This is telling you also, take what you've learned from the past, apply it to the present so you have a better future. Let go of the past. What have you learned from it? Hopefully you've learned that you can't stay numb. You can't be in non-action. You've got to understand that prosperity is about flow and letting things in. Okay, so let's see what we need to know about this temperance card. Castle, pride, recognition. Now, there's two sides to this because the Ice Queen energy, I feel like this card was going to be significant. I just knew when I grabbed that deck or saw that deck out of the corner of my eye. It says here isolation, almost like somebody's been locked up in this tower. How many of you have been hermiting yourself or feeling isolated, with non-action, afraid to let go of the past? Or, random side note, how many of you have felt pulled backwards for whatever reason, like you've been dying to reach out to someone, or you've been feeling like you're afraid of what the new energy is? I want to remind you, new energy doesn't have to be scary. It can also be super exciting. I also think that there are people having recognition that they have to let go. It's such a, again, there's such a web of energy here. It's almost like an onslaught. I described it the other day as almost like snowballs, coming at you from every angle, like you're in a snowball fight. And so people are just like, oh my goodness, what do I do? Well, there's the man card. This could be you or someone you're dealing with, but it can also be the idea that you've got to move forward, because masculine energy is about drive and moving yourself forward. Now, this could be Sagittarius man or someone who's in a very strong masculine energy. Now, masculine energy is a good thing when it's your personal growth and evolution, but it's not great when you're chasing a relationship. Okay, so just know the difference between the two. Now, let's take a look here at the sacral chakra, which is Venus, self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. 9 of coins. See, there you go. And it's a sacral card, right? We had a red card from Mars, or the root chakra, and now we've got the orange. 9 of coins, feeling good in your own skin. Pre-Empress energy. This is a card of being single, if that applies. But it means that you're working on yourself. You're doing the necessary things for your personal growth and evolution, right? That's why I said it's okay if you're in the masculine energy, if it's all about you, if you're pursuing your dreams and your goals. Let's see what else. The labyrinth. And again, this can go either way, because the labyrinth is like, okay, I'm lost. What do I do? Get me out of here. Right? But it can also signify that you're sorting something out. And based on the 9 of coins here, this is the potential of it all. You can have this beautiful, strong, confident energy, but you got to sort things out. You've got to be willing to sort things out. You've got to let things flow. And I'm going to come back to this for a second, because what I'm realizing as I'm sitting here talking, here's this numb energy of the Ice Queen, but the King Tide is about letting things flow. And it also reminds me of, King of Cups kind of energy, where we're letting the emotions come out. We're not going to hold them in. This is like melting, right? Okay. And I got a kitty cat who wants to come and join us here. She's going to make an appearance. There she is. Of course. Of course. Okay, Karma, I love you, but we're not going to sit. No. Pardon me. I love you, Karma, but we can't do that right now. She doesn't want to listen. Okay, so let's see that 9 of coins. And we have here the rabbits. And the rabbits are all about brand new beginnings, right? So you have an opportunity for something new and exciting. And it even says a sudden increase. But it does remind you to be resourceful, right? To get yourself out of this labyrinth. I mean, I'm almost reminded of an escape room. Like you're escaping something. You're getting out of the old energy. Oh my goodness, here we go. Okay. All right, she's making her point. As long as she doesn't totally disrupt the cards, we're good. Let's take a look at the her face. The solar plexus, which is personal power. The devil. So somebody may have restrictions about moving forward. And this is what I was asking, like, are you feeling pulled backwards? Are you feeling desired to reach out to someone and go back to an old story or old narrative? Because the devil card is restrictions, addictions, codependency, feeling chained and held back. And with this, we have here the fine print. Yeah, it's because somebody's reading the fine print. Well, what if? What if I move forward and suddenly somebody wants to come back into my life? What am I going to do then? And I'm going to remind you of something that I say quite frequently, just haven't said it on live or in videos lately. And that is, you have no way of knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now. My joke is that I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner in 2068. I don't know if I'm having pizza, pasta, tacos, steak, and neither do you. And if you're trying to prepare for 2068 or whatever, thing that might be coming your way, you're getting in the way of potential manifestations here. Right now, I don't know what's so significant about 2068. I always say 2068. I don't know what that means astrologically. I guess I'll find out in 2068. But you have no way of knowing these things until you cross that bridge. Okay, so stop reading the fine print so much, worrying that things are not going to work out. Here's the fish, Pisces energy, right? We're in Pisces season. This is about abundance. Allow the abundance in, right? Allow the prosperity, as it says on this card. Are you even, open enough to see a glimmer of good stuff come in, or are you sort of self-sabotaging it before it even occurs or as it occurs? All right, let's take a look at the heart chakra. What do we need to know about matters of the heart? Two of Wands, so you got to leave your comfort zone. This could be a card of travel if you've been thinking about going away somewhere, but look at the last three cards. They're orange. This is all about your self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to be willing to leave that comfort zone. Stop reading that fine print. Believe in your abundance. You've got to make a decision. You just got to decide, and you have to have conviction that you want this, that you believe in this. That is the key. And the geese says, on a mission. You want to know where you're going. I get it. But you don't need to know every little detail. You don't have to worry about the who, what, when, where, why, and how. That also could be a card of relocation if you've been thinking about moving. That is possible. Like maybe you feel like you need to move to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And let's take a look at the throat chakra. What do we need to know about the throat? Communication. Eight of Wands, communication and manifestation, shooting your shot. Are you willing to shoot your shot? Are you willing to put yourself out there? And so let's see what else we need to know. Dear John, in order to have that, you got to say goodbye. And going back to this card here that karma is laying on top of, it says, let go of the past, right? Well, dear John, I don't know if you have to say goodbye to John specifically, but this is the idea of saying goodbye to the things that no longer serve you. Cutting the cord. Okay. Oh, I got another kitty cat trying to get in here too now. As I'm almost dropping my cards. See? Look at that. Oh, okay. Pardon me. Caught them. Okay. Death and rebirth. You know what's so funny? It's almost like those cards, right? All the cards wanted to spill out. Everybody could be feeling right now like they're all over the place, right? Tripping over themselves and like trying not to fall. Like I was trying so desperately to keep these cards from flying everywhere, right? But essentially, what is the message? Allow yourself to go through the death and rebirth. Allow yourself to go through the shift. Don't fight the shift. Fighting the shift is only going to bring you more trouble, more heartache. All right, let's take a look at the third eye, which is your intuition. Judgment. It's a wake-up call. Right, Karma? It's a wake-up call. This is basically saying transformation is here. Are you ready to heed that call? Are you ready to make those moves? We're never ready, by the way. We always think we're ready, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. You're never ready for change. There you go, book burning. You got to let go of the old story. Burn the narrative that no longer serves you. And let's take a look here. Fork in the road, fork and right. Number 22, it's time to build something new. Okay? So you have a decision to make. Are you in the old? Are you in the new? As I always say. Now let's take a look at the crown chakra. What do we need to know? Karma has given us just enough space here that we're able to see all the cards. Seven of Wands. Are you on the offensive or are you on the defensive? I've seen this card nonstop lately, and I've been talking about this with people individually in my sessions. Like, are you a wounded animal in the corner, afraid to make a move? Or are you going to stand up for yourself? I think it's time to stand up. Okay, let's take a look at what else we need to know here. You're building something, bodybuilder. Maybe this is you, okay? But this is building your power and your strength, your determination, your ability to push forward and self-improve. Doesn't happen overnight, but it does in due time. And, oh, this card looked like it wanted to come out. There's the Wheel of Fortune. Forces of the universe, karma. My little karma kittens here, as I call her. See, she made her impact. She was talking about karma, fate, forces of the universe. Beautiful. She's my little card stand here. All right, let's take some last bit of guidance. Let's grab this jumbo deck here. Let's see what we need to know moving forward. Surrender. Well, there you go. Surrender. Right? Look at these beautiful butterflies, transformation, transformation, and transformation. And let's take one more Power of Surrender card. Let's see what we need to surrender or surrender to. I love Karma's contribution to all of this. She's the card stand. And we have here, surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Now, obviously, look at the colors in the card. I mean, they're very much the chakra colors, but I really saw that orange. Again, that's your self-worth, self-value, and self-respect, and you've got to surrender to it. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. As always, thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing day.